Electromagnetic clutches and brakes are used in a wide range of industrial machinery as motion control devices. In robots, conveyors, wrapping and packaging machines, steel and metal processing, assembly equipment, and other industrial equipment for factory and office automation, they contribute immensely to automation efforts and energy savings. Electromagnetic clutches and brakes provide optimum motion control at the actuator, starting and stopping a device's drive system, reversing rotation, changing speeds, and providing heavy-duty operation, inching, and tension control. Electromagnetic clutches and brakes are now also being used in other domains besides equipment for factory and office automation. The electromagnetic clutches and brakes from Shinko Electric provide optimum motion control. Let's take a look at how they work and how they are used. An electromagnetic clutch primarily transmits torque to provide power to a rotating unit. An electromagnetic brake works on the same principle as the clutch, but absorbs inertial energy and stops by attracting a friction facing. Electromagnetic clutches and brakes generally come in three types: friction, toothed, and gap. The dry single-disc clutch is comprised of an armature and hub assembly, rotor, and coil. When current flows to the coil, a magnetic field is generated which draws the armature to the rotor surface, in turn generating frictional force and transmitting torque. When the current is removed, the magnetic field disappears and a leaf spring disengages the armature, eliminating the frictional force. The fail-safe electromagnetic brake is comprised of a hub, plate, disc, armature, and coil. When current flows to the coil, a magnetic field is generated which draws the armature, applying pressure to the spring which frees the disc. When the current is removed, the magnetic field disappears and the armature presses the disc against the plate, generating a braking force. The toothed clutch is comprised of a spline adapter, armature, rotor, and coil. When current flows to the coil, a magnetic field is generated, which draws the armature to the rotor, engaging the teeth of the clutch and transmitting torque. When the current is removed, the magnetic field disappears and the spring returns the armature, disengaging the teeth. The powder clutch is comprised of a bracket, cylinder, rotor, and coil. When current flows to the coil, a magnetic field is generated and the magnetic powder located between the cylinder and the rotor bind together, transmitting torque through this binding force. When the current is removed, the bound powder disperses, releasing the clutch. Electromagnetic clutches and brakes are used for various kinds of industrial applications as well as in more familiar equipment. Packaging machines use a dry single-disc clutch brake or powder clutch brake. Robots and conveyors use a fail-safe holding brake. And printing and paper processing machines use a powder clutch brake, toothed clutch, or dry single-disc clutch brake. In steel and metal processing, large electromagnetic fail-safe clutches are used. Shutters, doors, and gates use a single-disc clutch brake or toothed clutch. Office equipment and IT devices use a micro-clutch brake. Shinko Electric's wide range of electromagnetic clutches and brakes offer optimum motion control for many types of machinery and equipment. Let's take a look now at examples of electromagnetic clutches and brakes in actual use. Many clutches and brakes are used in packaging machines. A bag sealing apparatus. A powder brake controls the tension of the roll film. When the power is off, an electromagnetic fail-safe brake is used to hold the roll in place. This prevents the roll from sagging and lets the apparatus start up quickly. This apparatus measures and fills powder. Before filling is complete, a cell cap dry single-disc clutch is used to switch the screw drive used for filling from the high-speed motor to the low-speed motor. Leaf spring drives offer zero backlash for high precision. No running in is required, so the rated torque can be achieved at the start. The cell cap clutch is equipped with auto gap technology and other exceptional features. This is a hot towel wrapping machine that uses a thin type series dry single-disc clutch brake. The thin type series offers zero backlash, is compact and easy to install, enabling the apparatus to be kept extremely compact. When a hot towel is detected, the clutch engages, propels the cam, and the film is sealed. This apparatus also uses a fail-safe electromagnetic brake. This is a three-way seal filler and packaging device for a food apparatus. A powder brake is used to apply torque to the roll and to control the torque in the roll unit. Using a powder brake, torque is applied, and the bag material is forwarded with optimum tension, not too tight and not too loose. The powder brake is the best clutch brake for controlling the torque of a roll like this. Electromagnetic fail-safe brakes provide safety for robots. This brake keeps equipment safe in the event of a power failure. Many kinds of robots are used in industrial production. Welding robots are typical. These robots use a servo motor equipped with a fail-safe electromagnetic brake. The servo motor activates the robot, but a brake is needed to hold the robot in position or to hold it in place in the event of a power failure. Inside the servo motor is a spring-closed electromagnetic holding brake. The flat, compact design of this electromagnetic brake was optimized for use inside a servo motor and is Shinko Electric's #1 seller. A linear motor carrier device is used in the manufacturing process for semiconductors and liquid crystal displays. On the production line, the linear motor shuttles objects from one process to another. An electromagnetic brake is used on the axle to support linear motor propulsion. This brake is a fail-safe holding brake that uses a permanent magnet. Many electromagnetic clutches and brakes are used as well in printing and paper processing machinery. A powder clutch brake is used to control the winding and feeding of roll paper. A powder clutch brake is the ideal clutch brake to use for controlling tension because it can change torque using an electric current or voltage. A thin type series dry single disc clutch brake is used for paper folding machines that fold direct mail or leaflets in half or thirds. The cam is rotated to match the timing of the paper feed, and a knife for folding the paper is driven up and down. Because of the large load change, a thin type series clutch brake that offers zero backlash is used. The floor of a steel mill. A large electromagnetic fail-safe clutch is used to synchronize and drive the up and down motion of the rollers. A large clutch is also used to synchronize the engagement of the ceiling crane motor used for raising and lowering. A clutch brake unit is also used in shutters, automatic doors, and gates. A fail-safe electromagnetic brake is used for the switch on motorized shutters. The brake controls the mechanism by which the switch motor drives the chain. This brake can be built compactly into the motor and deceleration mechanism. An electromagnetic clutch is used in the drive transmission movement for this automatic door. The dry single-disc clutch engages and delinks the drive motor and door. A chain gate at a parking lot. When a sensor detects the presence of a vehicle, the gate chain comes down. Because it must be built into a gate pole, a compact micro-clutch is used. With no vehicle present, the clutch blocks the motor drive, but engages when lowering the chain. Automatic ticket gates use an electromagnetic brake. The opening and closing of the gate is driven by a small geared motor into which is built a dry single-disc electromagnetic brake. When a ticket is inserted, it turns off the electricity and releases the brake, causing the gate to open. An electromagnetic microclutch is used in printers, copiers, and ticket vending machines. Ultra compact, it provides high torque, high response, and solid reliability. This color printer has ink ribbons for yellow, magenta, cyan, and black, and uses 3 BJ series microclutches, 1 each for winding and feeding the ribbons, and 1 to feed the paper. This is an example of a clutch used in a ticket vending machine. A microclutch is used in the internal mechanism that draws in the paper bill. The inserted bill is held temporarily, and if the customer presses the cancel button, the clutch engages and the inserted bill is returned. Shinko Electric's microclutch technology is leading to even smaller, lighter clutches, such as the BZ series, which have earned high marks from customers. Shinko Electric's electromagnetic clutches are also used in the automotive field. An electromagnetic clutch brake is part of the back door opening and closing mechanism, providing reliable safety. Shinko Electric's electromagnetic clutches and brakes are used in many different fields. Such fields also include medical equipment, automobiles, and environmental products. Solid performance, superb reliability, and ease of use. Shinko develops units creatively. Our electromagnetic clutches and brakes provide top-notch motion control for many industries through dependable technology.